What happens when someone realizes they've lost the very thing they thought they could control forever? Somewhere out there, someone is drowning in anger because they can no longer have you. The loss of you has filled them with so much rage that it's taken over their whole being. That anger has changed them. It's twisted their soul into something unrecognizable. They've become someone who lashes out without care, someone who hurts whoever is near, not because those people deserve it, but because the pain inside them is so loud they can't contain it anymore. The loss of control over you, over the relationship they thought they could always manipulate, has broken them in ways they never thought possible. And now they are spilling their chaos into the world around them. They truly believed you would never leave. They were convinced you belonged to them. They thought they had control over your heart, your mind, your energy. They treated you like a possession instead of a person. They confused your love with obedience, your loyalty with submission. And when you finally saw through the illusions, when you finally stood up and walked away, they were left stunned. Their ego couldn't take it. They thought they were the ones with the power, but you proved that your quiet strength was always the real force. And now, from far away, they watch you healing, growing, glowing, and that vision haunts them. Their mind can't process the truth, that you've moved on, that you're no longer theirs, that the version of you who tolerated their games, their manipulation, their emotional chaos no longer exists. They don't understand how the person they once had under control could now be so unreachable, so untouchable, so free. And that realization, that collapse of their illusion, is what's driving their fury. Their rage is not about you. It's about the loss of their power. And yet, their fury does not belong to you. You don't have to hold it. You don't have to carry it. While they fall deeper into their own destruction, you rise higher into your purpose. That's the real shift. You're no longer chained to the emotional prison they tried to keep you in. You've broken the cycle, and they are spinning out of control because they no longer have a grip on you. They thought they could get inside your mind forever, but you've cleaned out the space they used to occupy. You replaced their chaos with peace, their confusion with clarity, their darkness with your own light. And now they're left standing alone, furious, helpless, and haunted by the truth that you are gone for good. But don't forget what they put you through. Remember the way they twisted your thoughts, the way they slowly pulled you away from your own power, the constant tests of your patience, the silent punishments, the emotional roller coasters, the manipulation hidden beneath smiles, the empty apologies followed by repeated harm, the way they drained your spirit, made you question your worth, made you feel like love meant sacrifice, like being chosen meant being controlled. You were stuck in a cycle that was designed to break you from the inside out. You weren't meant to be happy with them. You were meant to survive them, to grow beyond them, to learn from the pain, and use it to rise into a new version of yourself. And that's exactly what you did. Slowly, quietly, painfully, you found yourself again. And that was your miracle. You grew in places they never even thought to look. You connected to parts of yourself they never wanted you to find. You tapped into a strength they never believed you had. You became someone who could finally say, enough, while they stayed frozen in time, obsessed with control, stuck in outdated patterns of power. You began to evolve. The universe saw what you endured. It saw how you kept choosing love, how you kept giving chances, how you kept believing in the goodness of someone who only ever took advantage of your light. And so, the universe stepped in. It began opening new doors for you, doors they could never access. You started receiving insights they would never understand. You began experiencing peace they've never known. And with every step forward, the space between you and them widened. Your healing became your separation. Your growth became your boundary. Now they are left to face the truth. But instead of choosing healing, they've chosen destruction. Instead of doing the inner work, they've let their pain become a weapon. They can't reach you, so they're striking at whoever they can. Their rage spills into their relationships. They treat new people as temporary relief, not as real human beings. They use people, charm them, manipulate them, and then discard them the moment the illusion fades. Every new connection is just another attempt to replace what they lost. But no one can fill the space you once held, not because you're perfect, but because you were real, because you loved them fully, deeply, with your whole heart. And they threw that love away thinking it would come back. But it won't. Now their life is unraveling. Their choices are dangerous. Their behavior is unstable. They act without thinking. They seek pleasure just to numb the pain. They jump into reckless situations with strangers. They abuse substances, spend money they don't have, make decisions that damage their future, all in the name of escaping the truth. But the truth follows them. It lingers in the background of every loud moment and every silent night. The truth is that they lost something sacred when they lost you, and nothing they do will bring it back. They know what they're doing. This isn't a mistake, it's avoidance. Every reckless decision is an attempt to escape the natural consequences of their actions. Every person they hurt, every lie they tell, every bridge they burn, it all adds to the chaos they've created. And yet, they still blame you. They scream into the universe, "Look what you made me do," as if your freedom is the cause of their suffering, as if your peace is a betrayal. But you know the truth. Their pain isn't yours to fix. Their wounds aren't yours to heal. You didn't abandon them. You released yourself. You didn't betray them. You saved yourself. And that, more than anything, is what they can't accept. So they try to get your attention. They send messages designed to trigger your compassion. They create fake emergencies to pull you back in. They spread rumors hoping to disturb your peace. But none of it works, because you're not the same person anymore. You don't fall for the bait. You don't respond to the chaos. You remain still. You remain quiet. You remain grounded in your truth. And that silence, the absence of your energy, it hurts them more than anything else ever could. They wanted a fight. They were ready for your anger. They rehearsed responses for your rage. But you gave them nothing. Just distance. Just calm. Just silence. And in that silence, their power crumbled. Their false sense of control disappeared. You were no longer someone they could play with. You became someone they could no longer reach. And that was their greatest loss. They didn't grow from the experience. Instead, they became worse. Their bitterness became louder. Their manipulation more advanced. Their obsession deeper. They moved from one person to the next, feeding on attention, approval, validation. But none of it satisfies them, because none of it is real. None of it replaces you. You were never just a mirror to reflect their ego. You were a soul who offered love, care, depth, and truth. And that's something they may never find again. The danger now isn't just what they do to others. It's what they're doing to themselves. Their health is suffering. Their mind is heavy. Their reputation is fading. They burn through friendships, damage work relationships, make impulsive choices that ruin their future, all to chase a feeling they can't find. And deep down, they know it's not working, but they keep going, because stopping would mean facing everything they've avoided. They've tried to fool the universe, to trick karma, to believe the laws of energy don't apply to them. But the universe is always watching. It balances what we do, not with punishment, but with perfect reflection. What we give is what returns. And now their actions are catching up with them. Every person they've used, every lie they've told, every chance they've thrown away, it all adds up, and the weight of it is beginning to show. But this is not your concern anymore. You are not the one who has to watch over them. You are not their savior. You are not their emotional caretaker. You have your own life to live now. You are standing in a new world, a world built on peace, purpose, and truth, and nothing could be more different than where you once were. While they fall deeper into their shadow, you are rising into the light. You have done the real work, not the performative kind that looks good on the outside, but the deep, soul-level work that changes everything from the inside out. You have faced your pain, taken responsibility for your choices, healed your wounds, and reclaimed your life. And now, you are being rewarded. The right people are entering your life. People who see you, respect you, honor your growth. The right opportunities are appearing. The path ahead is unfolding with grace, because you've aligned yourself with your higher truth. You're not perfect, but you're whole. And that wholeness is what separates you from who you once were and from the person you left behind. You've built boundaries that are sacred now. Your energy is no longer available to those who drain, who lie, who manipulate. You only allow in those who respect your journey and match your peace. This is not selfish. It's necessary. You are protecting your soul now, and that is the greatest act of self-love. They can no longer reach you, not through anger, not through guilt, not through manipulation. The door is gone. The path is gone. What once connected you has been dissolved completely. You've moved to a new level of existence, one that they cannot access without doing the work they keep running from. And until they do, they will remain stuck in their own storm, alone with the consequences of their own choices. Their anger is theirs to hold. Their pain is theirs to face. Their downfall is not your burden. You are free, and that is your final, unshakable truth. The universe works quietly behind the scenes, handling everything you no longer need to carry. You don't have to chase justice or force timing. You don't need to prove anything or stay in pain to be seen. The universe sees. The balance will come. Consequences will unfold. You're free now to step out of the chaos and focus on building the life your soul truly deserves. You're allowed to heal. You're allowed to let go. They tried to break you, to control you, to make you forget your light. But instead of falling, you rose. Instead of staying small, you chose to walk away. And now, the very ones who tried to hold power over you are unraveling. The control they clung to is slipping. The truth they tried to avoid is catching up. Not because you fought back, but because you stopped engaging. You chose peace, and your absence became louder than any words you could have said. You were never meant to be owned, silenced, or used. You were never someone's possession or their emotional supply. You are a soul, free, sovereign, and sacred. When your connection with them stopped supporting your growth, you honored yourself by leaving. That wasn't betrayal. That was wisdom. This message isn't for everyone, but if it feels like it's for you, if your body relaxes as you read it, if your heart says, yes, then trust that. You are one of the ones who doesn't fit in. You've always seen beyond the surface. You were told to shrink, to stay quiet, to be normal, but you couldn't. You were born to be different. You are not here to follow someone else's path. You are here to walk your own, even if it means walking alone. You took the pain and turned it into power. You turned survival into awakening. And now, your healing is becoming a quiet lighthouse for others. Without trying, your energy gives hope to people still caught in places you've already escaped. Your peace becomes proof that healing is possible. Your strength becomes an invitation for others to rise. And the one who hurt you, they feel the shift. They feel you slipping beyond their reach, and they panic. They try strategies, guilt, charm, anything to pull you back, but it doesn't work because the version of you who once tolerated their treatment is gone. You've changed. You've grown. You finally know who you are, and that makes you unreachable to anyone who only knew how to use or manipulate you. They still don't understand. They think your evolution can be reversed. They think they can get you back with the right words. But you are no longer available to those who disrespect your soul. Their tactics fall flat. Their charm no longer reaches your heart. Every move they make only reminds you why you left. They are chasing someone who no longer exists. And while they try to reclaim a ghost, you are stepping into something real. With their absence, you finally have room to breathe. You see clearly now. You meet people who respect you, love you, and show up with honesty. You reconnect with passions you once buried. You find creative energy returning, joy blooming, and peace settling into your bones. Your nervous system relaxes. Your heart softens. You are safe. All of this started with one brave choice: to walk away, to choose yourself. And that one choice opened a new reality. While they are consumed by what they lost, you are expanding into what you've always been destined for. They became what they feared, a hollow, angry version of themselves. You became what they never expected, a peaceful, powerful soul they can no longer touch. Their chaos no longer enters your world. Their story no longer writes your future. You are beyond it. Let them shout. Let them reach. Let them pretend. Their actions no longer define you. Their energy no longer matters. You've outgrown the entire chapter. You are no longer angry. You are no longer afraid. You are free. And not just free from them, but free to fully be yourself. Free to create. Free to love. Free to rest. Free to rise. They're not angry because you did something wrong. They're angry because you finally did something right. And now, the universe is protecting you completely. They cannot reach you. Not your heart. Not your energy. Not your future. Not even your attention. You are beyond them. And in that distance, You find your peace, your power, your freedom. The story is over. The lesson is learned. The soul expands, and your path continues without them, beyond them, because of them. And now, you are free. Truly, finally, beautifully free.